There are 9 income streams that you can build with an online business. And I'm going to teach you all of them now. So before we get started, this is Michael Malbrough from michaelmalbrough.com. So I'm not going to waste your time. Let's just dive right into it. If you are thinking about starting an online business, I put together a course to teach you how to just buy an online business so that you get income literally from day one of owning the business. So don't waste your time trying to launch and grow and make it happen. It's already happening. You can just say, hey, I'd like to buy your thing. And if they're ready to sell, they'll sell. And you just get the income from day one. Okay? But the reason why I'm creating this video, right, is because if you have bought a business, how do you make sure that you're expanding the income? Especially because if you've seen any of my other videos, or if have looked into my course, you probably already know this. But if you buy a business, you're buying it based on a multiple of the income. So just as a simple example, if you buy a business that makes $1,000 a month, you get to buy it at a multiple and you get to sell it at a multiple. So if you buy it at $1,000 a month and you pay a 3-year multiple, or a 30x multiple, let's call it, to keep it simple, you buy a $1,000 in month income for $30,000. Now let's say that you increase the income to just $1,500, right? That means that you can sell your business for $45,000. So not only do you get to keep whatever income you have coming in monthly, you can sell it at a higher multiple. So this is why you would want to think about having multiple streams of income, because you don't have to change the amount of people who come to your site in order to increase the income. It's almost like if you had a store, right, in the local mall, and you sold guitars, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, you know what? All the people who are coming in here are already buying guitars. What if we sold ukuleles? Or what if we sold pianos or drum sets, right? That would not only make it where you're selling guitars, you're also selling drumsticks and drums and guitar picks and pianos. So that drives income, and income drives value or equity in your business. So if you're going to have a business, you should always be maximizing on your monetization. So number one, the one that's the most common for any starter business, and the one that's, in my opinion, the easiest as long as you follow the terms and services, is ads, right? Now, having ads on a content website is the easiest way to get paid, and that's where most people start. So if you buy an online business that's monetized with ads, it's the simplest way to start making money from day one, because all you do is you take the content site that already is making money and you say, okay, who are you advertising through, right? Most commonly, you'll see people who have Google ads as who they use their ads through. I never use Google ads for multiple reasons. One of those reasons, just to be straight up about it, I've been banned from Google ads. I tried to get it turned over for years, and for some reason they're just like, nah, we don't want to do it. And this has happened. I've had this happen before, and I got them to overturn it before. Google, if you're hearing this, let people talk to real people, and don't just have an automated system say you did something wrong and then find out 2 years later you didn't. Anyway, so ads. I don't use Google ads also because they don't pay well enough. Google ads are usually the lower in terms of the payout. And so I'm not going to give the names here necessarily because there's a bunch of them, but I use a variety of different ad sources so that I can immediately increase my income, which is basically that's one of the things I did with, I think it was my second business that I bought. It had ads through Google Ads, and I just changed it to another ad vendor. The ad vendor that I got paid a higher cost per milli or CPM, so I immediately increased my income. I want to say about 30%, which was great because that also means that I increased my equity. So the next thing after that is affiliates, right? So you can find companies that will say, hey, if you sell my product, I'll pay you a commission. If you don't know what affiliates or affiliate marketing is, that's all it is you find companies that have a product that you like and you would like to help people to find. And whenever you direct somebody to buy from them, they pay you a commission. Straightforward and simple. Now, here's the thing. Affiliate commissions can be more challenging for some people than just doing ads. You don't necessarily have to use all 9 of these. I would, because why not? If you're already sending traffic, it's just them reading an article and clicking a link. So I always use affiliates. I always use ads. And I would say this. You want to test it because some markets, you will lose people's interest if they feel like you're always offering something as an affiliate. Some markets want to know what product you're going to, that you prefer or that you would recommend. So they work really well with affiliates. Another key to being an affiliate is that it's all about building trust first. So you don't want to just buy a business and start saying, hey, go buy this thing. It's great. And then you have 39 articles straight where it's just like, buy this thing. It's great. You want to actually create value and tell people, hey, this is a decent product. My favorite is this one, and here's why. This is the difference. So next, you have something called CPA, which is cost per action. Essentially, typically speaking, not always, but typically speaking, this is just a lead generation way of getting paid. It's almost like a mix between affiliate marketing and ads. The reason why is because it's a lot simpler. If you have a CPA offer, all somebody's doing typically is filling in a form, and then you get paid. So for example, you might try out a software, and that software is gonna, every time that you get somebody to sign up for free, they pay you $2, right? Which doesn't sound like a lot of money, but let's say that you have 10,000 people a month that you send over. Well, now that's a pretty decent income. So lead gen or a CPA offer can be a really good way to do it. Now, let me tell you this. Just because CPA and lead gen are a lot alike doesn't mean that they're always alike. So technically, as a bonus, lead gen, which is done differently, or not differently, it's done the same way as CPA, but it can be paid differently, can also be a great way to do it. For example, let's say that you are doing lead gen or lead generation in a certain location or in a certain industry. If that industry is, let's say, they get paid $10,000 per sale, they might be willing to spend $200 on a lead. So ultimately, there's a lot of different things you can do just with these 3/4, if you want to consider lead gen and CPA separate, which I don't. So number 4 is sponsors. So a sponsor will literally just pay you to post their content. If you're familiar with anything having to do with Instagram or TikTok or anything like that, you've seen sponsored content before. One thing that a lot of people don't know is that most of the news sites that you see when I'm not going to name any names, but when big, huge corporations with the eyeball logo or the bird logos or anything like that, that you might also watch TV on, or even one of the ones that have the letters where it's like WGTHP or whatever it is, right? The local news stations, when they do a review, it's sponsored content. So a company is paying them to give you an ad, and they will typically have sponsor written on it or sponsored content written on it. But those can be really good because again, it's pays similarly to a lead gen. The only difference is now you're getting paid one time for a thing. If you can work it out, you can get paid monthly with sponsored content. And I would say for that, it's a little bit more involved, right? Because here's the thing. If I let's say I write a product review and it's a sponsored product review, I'm getting someone to sponsor number one. I don't like that as a concept because for me, integrity is key. So if I'm willing to just have you pay me to tell everybody that this is number one, I'm out. I don't want to do that. Some people are fine with that, and that's what they do. And then you just pay them however long you feel like you're going to get value out of that. I would never do it. Therefore, I don't really enjoy sponsored content. But if that's something that sounds right for you, then by all means. So next is courses. Courses are a great, profitable thing to do. I 100% believe in courses. As a matter of fact, I have a course that teaches you how to buy online businesses so that you can put the income streams that I'm talking about on there. michaelmalbrough.com/biz, buy biz, excuse me. michaelmalbrough.com/buy biz. And that is a shameless plug. But yeah, you can just buy the businesses and put these on there. But if you have a course, that course allows you to essentially have a low cost product that you sell all the time. When I say low cost, it really doesn't cost you anything. If you did this course one time, you recorded all the videos, you made all the resources, and then you publish it. Only thing it really costs you is to host it, which most likely you're already paying hosting, or you got it on, let's say you have it on Udemy or something like that, and you just promote it. That's basically it. And every time that you make a sale, it actually typically will decrease the amount that you have to pay to host it. Because if you're paying, let's say you're paying $100 a month and your product is, let's say $100, every time you make a sale, it goes from being 100% of the sale to 50% of the sales to 25% and so on and so forth. I hope that made sense. I'm just that's how I think about it. The next thing is books. In my opinion, the best way to launch a book is to own an online business that has lots of traffic already, because you know what they want to talk about or what they want to hear about. You know what attracts them. And so you just launch a book based on that. And you tell them, hey, if you want to get the book, go to Amazon or go to Barnes and Noble, or you just buy it directly from me. So books are a great way to also increase your income, increase your revenue for your business. Events. So these can be online events or in-person events, but you can also use events. So events are basically like saying, hey, I'm going to do a course live in front of you so you can ask me questions. Right? So events are a great way to do it. I'll be honest with you. It's not for everybody. If you're not the type of person who can engage with a group of people and you're more like, okay, well, I'd rather do a course. An event is basically a course. It's just done where people can interact with you. Another one is consulting. Now, this is more of an expert-based thing. So if you are, let's say that you buy a business that talks about interior design, right? And you bought a content site and you say, hey, get a consultation. If you don't know anything about interior design, you have to be able to afford to hire somebody to give the consultations. Or, and this is the coolest part about this, what if you can get somebody to pay you, aka use your consulting link to get people to sign up, and then you sell the leads to an interior design business, right? So this is why I say, and hopefully that illustration turned a light bulb on for some of y'all, but starting the business is always the wrong idea. That's the weird thing. is that we all are typically taught you should start a business from scratch, and that's wrong, because you can buy the website that has the traffic, and then you can direct them to the thing that pays you more than the place that gets you the traffic, right? And both can be making you money all the time. And then finally, services. So now let's say that you bought a business that you use to get people to lead gen. Well, what if you said, hey, you know what? Instead of me selling these leads, I can just service the leads myself, right? Again, this is better for people who have the expertise in the field. So if you have a content business, right, that content business generates leads, and then that lead generation goes directly to you, right? So now you've cut down the cost of your marketing specifically. You turned your marketing sources into income generators, right? And then on top of that, you get to service clients. You get to sell them whatever it is and do the services for them. So those are the 9 income streams that you want to use when you buy an online business, right? If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a question below. Also, if you're interested in checking out the course, go to michaelmalborough.com/buybiz, and I'll see y'all on the next one.